Here we are again at Sine Wave Studios. It's a delight to be back here again. Joy Strachan Brain.
I'm Bev Bevan.
And we're here today to have a chat with a couple of people that we've known about for quite some time. A band, in fact, called 1 Week Later. We received their album about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's a delight to say we've got them here in the studio with us now. So
Hi,
Jane
Joy.
and Richard.
Hi.
Hi, Bev.
Hi.
Good to have you
Good
here.
to have you here.
Yeah, good
Thank
to be
you.
here. Yeah.
We
Thank you
both
for coming.
record here, don't we? So we know it well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah.
Well, you've made a great job of your new album.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And is it out with the public now already?
Yes, it was released on the 10th of February. So, yes, it's made quite a splash so far.
It's doing quite well for the first few weeks, but it's like all things. He's trying to get it out there so people to hear it and pick up on it. And
Of course.
you know, we did a video for it for the first track as well.
Well, I particularly like the first track. I think that's a really, really good song.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we felt that might be the best one as a
Yeah.
single, as a lead track. It's always difficult because sometimes you put these things out and find that the track that I think I wish we hadn't done that one is the one that people like.
There's no rule
Yeah,
of
so
thumb,
you
is
can
there?
never tell.
What
No.
people are going to like.
But we did feel that this one was the
This
one.
one felt
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
to
Well,
release.
And it was in our heads all the time. So.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Well,
Yeah.
it comes across that way.
Yeah, that's a good. If a song sticks in your head and you can't get it out of your head, that's a very good sign. Actually,
It is.
Yeah.
How long have you been together, guys?
We started as 1 week later in about 2013, 2012, 2013.
2012,
Yeah. And that it kind of originally started as really just kind of doing DIY albums, writing together.
Yeah.
And we made we did an EP and an album like that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of moved on from there. We started rehearsing here at Sine Wave Studios.
Yeah.
And this is where we met our drummer.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you are a three-piece. I said
Rich.
it's just the
We
two of you
are.
here at the
We're
moment.
a three-piece now.
Yeah, which kind of gave us a very much a lift. So I think real drums. I mean, before I was, I'm not going to have to do it, but real drums makes all the difference to me. I mean, prior to that, I was programming drums, which took forever anyway. But you can't replace a drummer.
No, you can't. The energy.
Yeah,
that's what it
feel
is.
everything.
What kind of pet hate is the drum machines?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
They just don't. They can do anything you ask them to do, and in absolute perfect time.
Yes.
Perfect time is not always good.
No,
you think of all the
exactly.
classic albums, all the Beatles and the Stones albums, and all the old rock and roll records, Elvis and Chuck Berry and Little Richard and whatever. They're all slightly out of time. They're not in perfect time. Not one of them.
That's what makes it real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's where the kind of drum machines, they make it very, very mechanical,
Yeah.
and you're so locked onto it
Yeah.
that it's hard to get feel like that, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So, once we got that, once Richard joined us on drums, it started to really open up more for us then.
And it completed your unit. Yeah.
It did.
Absolutely.
Very much so, yeah.
And so, what influences have you guys got? Where's your style come from?
Wow, that's a big question for
It
us,
is,
I think,
really.
because we always find it, like a lot of people, difficult to know how we've ended up with the style that we've ended up with.
Yeah, not an easy question.
We're from very different backgrounds too. I started off in a folk rock band, and Rich started off.
It was more kind of new wave,
Yeah.
Okay.
punk type of thing. But I mean, I've kind of liked a lot of the bands from the 70s onwards, 60s going backwards as well, and so I'm a bit eclectic with music in the first place. But we're told by people that we tend to have a bit of a Blondie about us at times, or
Yeah.
a bit of Fleetwood Mac, or which I've never quite seen, but that's what they say.
Yeah, I did see the Blondie style. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a mix of everything that we listen to, but yeah.
It's got quite a European flavour.
Yes, it has.
I think that's really quite strong. That comes through quite strongly.
Yes, and we've got a lot of fans. We've got a big fan base in France as well, and we get over there every year in the summer to do a few gigs.
Fantastic.
And what we found since we've released this particular, this particular EP, is that we suddenly had a big jump in Spanish
Yes.
Wow.
people coming onto the site. So we kind of it's back in that same view up again.
Well, your languages, you could do the songs in other languages, couldn't you, as well?
Yes.
That's a good point,
Yeah,
actually.
you could, especially if you're starting to get a feedback
Yes.
from a different country. You could put it into French.
I've
or
been asked
German.
before by some of my French friends to do some songs in French.
Yeah.
And we've done so much as a chorus, haven't we? With
we did a song.
Broken Colours.
Yeah, we did with part French. Yeah.
Great. So how many albums have you done so far?
We've done 4 albums.
Four albums.
We've
Yeah.
done 4
Yeah.
albums as 1 week later, and 4 EPs as well.
Fantastic. Very prolific writers then, really.
We love writing.
Yeah.
We love the creative aspect of
Yeah.
all that.
Yes.
And Rich is incredibly talented about putting songs together.
I work on the theory, if you keep trying to write them, eventually I'm going to write the good one.
Yeah.
I work on that theory, simple as that.
Yeah.
Do you normally start with a lyric or a tune?
90% of the time we start with the music. I usually would kind of put the music together, which will start at home and do a kind of demo version of that. And then Jane and I
And
will...
it arrives.
Yeah, Jane will pick that up and we'll kind of say, well, this is what the subject is, and Jane will then put the
I put the lyrics and the
together,
melody
and the
together
melody
as
together.
well. When the moment comes along, thinking something's wrong with time. When the ship comes.
And then get Rich onto the drums and start to rebuild it again.
When the ship comes into.
Right, well, it seems to be a winning formula. And you're gigging as well. Do you do gigs in this country?
We do. We've done some local gigs in Tamworth and Lichfield, and over Birmingham way, of course, as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've
Bromsgrove.
started playing with it's called the No Covers Club, that have been operating around Birmingham.
Oh yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, they seem to be going around all the different
Yeah.
venues.
Yeah.
And we just started doing a few things with them as well,
Yes.
which I thought was a great idea.
It is a good idea.
Just trying to get new material out there.
Absolutely.
We've tended to find that most people want cover bands or metal bands, especially in the Midlands, which is fine, but it makes it very difficult to get in with anything
Yeah.
else.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People don't seem to be so open to any new music these days. They only want to listen to what they already know.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
been good. I think the No Covers Club's a good idea, and you know, when we've taken part with that, there's been 5, 6 other artists, and they're all wildly different.
Yeah.
And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the
That's great.
variety.
It's just great to be
Fantastic,
part of
yeah.
that.
We've got our 3rd gig with the No Covers Club on the 24th of January.
29th of March.
Oh, sorry.
You're time travelling.
I am, yes. 29th of March,
Yeah.
yes, and we'll be at
Yeah.
the Dark Horse in Moseley.
Oh, yes, I've heard of the Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
I used to go to school. I used to go to Moseley Grammar School. I know
All
Moseley
right.
very well.
Yeah.
Moseley's always been a very eclectic music tastes.
Yeah.
It's a great little area, Moseley.
It
it's
is.
Yes,
perfect
it
for what
is.
you're
Yeah.
doing.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is.
The students and everything as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where's Richard? Richard's not with us today.
Well, Rich is always very hard to get off a drum kit.
Oh.
It's simple as that, really. So I know he's going to be in the other studio, you know, when we came in here, and he'll still be thumping away on the drums, but...
Drummers, it never changes.
I'll go and get him.
Hey Rich, you needed. Joy and Bev are here.
Hiya, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Hi Joy, hi Bev.
And you're enjoying playing in the band?
Yes, I certainly do. I've been playing with them for about 6 years now.
And how long have you been playing?
When I was 5, that's when I started playing drums.
Wonderful. And your drumming influences, who would you say inspired you?
One of my biggest influences is Phil Collins, both solo and with Genesis, and of course you, Bev.
And I believe you play other instruments as well.
Yes, I play keyboards and bass guitar.
Now, you're very musical. You're sort of from a musical family, aren't you, really?
Oh yes, my dad has been in the business for about 50 odd years now, and my brother has played in various bands over the past 20 odd years, playing drums and guitar and keyboards, etc., and singing.
No, you're very busy as a musician. You keep busy. You're rehearsing or writing.
Oh yes, I'm very busy. In fact, I'm down here a lot here at Sine Wave Studios with my dad, working on material all the time, and also working on my own songs as well as 1 week later songs, and I really enjoy it.
Well, we really wish you all the best with this new album, and get it out there to people and spread the word.
Memories renew and bright.
So that was our time with 1 week later, all three of them, all lovely people. We wish them all the very best.
Reflection.